Hi everyone. I wanted to touch base with you this morning to actually talk about what is a forever home, because it's funny when I chat to people, I talk about the fact that my passion is forever homes and getting them into a forever home, and that the emotional buy-in is so different. And it's only when I really start talking to people that they say, oh yeah, I get what you mean. I understand what you mean about what a forever home is. Now, I'm looking to the side a little bit and then I'm looking back, because I'm actually running this concurrently on Instagram, your Forever Home Instagram, as well as Facebook. So that's why my eyes are sort of diverting a little bit. So it's not as though I'm not paying attention. So when we're talking about a forever home, one of the key things that I think is really different with a forever home than just a standard home is you really anticipate being in that home for maybe 10, 15, 20 years. So a lot of people feel it's literally their forever home. That's going to be they're going to spend their dying days in that home. Others feel that it really is a long-term place for them to stay. So they may not stay there as empty nesters, but they'll cross that bridge when they get to it. But really, it is a place that you're going to stay in for a long time. And when I mention that to people, and I call it a forever home, they're like, "Oh yeah, that makes complete sense. I get it now." And so, with a forever home, when you're actually renovating or building for your forever home, what I find are the key differences are that your emotional buy-in is really different. You have completely different decisions to make. Your feeling about how you want that place to feel and be is really quite different. So in terms of the functionality you need to get out of that home, in terms of making it future-proof, which is another term that I use a lot, and I feel that you really need to have your future-proof head-on when you are creating a forever home. But even things down to your materials, it's like, I need stuff that's going to last and, withstand toddlers, withstand teenage children, withstand, parties and people jumping all over benches, and whatever the case may be. Who knows how wild your parties get. So your decisions are different. You also, I feel when I'm working with people, they want to be able to inject a bit more personality into their space. If you're going to stay in this space for 10, 15, 20 years, to be honest, who really cares what the resale value is? That's not what you're doing this project for. You're doing this project to, create something that is really you, that reflects you, that you can feel super comfortable in, that has all the things in it that you need. And really this home is going to serve you for the 15, 20 years that you anticipate being in it. And so I always say to my clients, don't worry about the resale value. The capital gain is going to sort itself out in the 15, 20 years that you're going to be there. And whatever you've done in that time, if you're doing it to be timeless and to be, what's in tune with what's going to be, as timeless as possible, I don't feel that that's being really true to you. It's not being true to, the reason that you're creating a forever home. And for me, that is about choosing your favorite color tiles, going wacky with a favorite color paint that you want. In 20 years, you may have to renovate anyway. So, make it something that really stands out to you. And my belief also is, if you're creating a forever home that has got things in it that you absolutely love, that you're passionate about, that you have always been in love with, whether it's a shape, whether it's a color, whether it's a piece of furniture, or just a design that you love. For me, it's that real Moroccan Ottoman style geometric pattern that I have loved for over 20 years. So that was a no-brainer for me when I, created my home. And I created my own forever home, which we did 5 years ago. So we're 5 years into our forever home. And so if you are choosing things that you are super in love with, and not just because you've seen it in magazines recently, and not just because it's in shops at the moment, I ask my clients, how long have you loved this color? How long have you loved this shape? How long have you been in love with this piece? And if the answer is, well, really, I've always loved aqua, then absolutely, that in your home is just going to make you feel like it's your home. And so further to that, don't worry about the trends and what all the timeless things are. If you love aqua and you've always loved aqua, it's never going to date for you. And look, if you're going to spend so much time, money and effort on this forever home that you anticipate for being in a long time, why compromise on the things you love? Put the stuff in that you love. You're never going to tire of it. So I have, I have Moroccan style tiles in my bathroom. I always knew that when I was going to build my forever home, that was an absolute no-brainer for me. I couldn't actually get the exact tiles that I wanted. Moroccan tile 5 years ago were not actually a trend, and yeah, they're a trend now. Really, really difficult to get, save me going to Morocco to get them. And I wanted a Tuddeluck finish. So I chose a porcelain tile that reflected Tuddeluck without me having to go to the massive expense that Tuddeluck is. And that's a Moroccan polished type plaster that they use in their bathrooms there. And look, Morocco is one of my most favorite countries. So, I chose light fittings that were a reflection of that. You'll see one just there. And, because I am taking this, I'm doing this video from my home. And so, there were just things that I chose that I thought, I'm never going to tire of these things. I'm a little bit lucky because my husband was, well, you're the designer, choose what you want. He wasn't really that fussed with what I chose, even though there were a few things that he wasn't super keen on, like our kitchen splashback, which is pretty loud. But though, they were a Patricia Urquhart tile that had been designed 10 years ago. And I had always loved them. I loved them when I lived in Amsterdam. I loved them when I lived in England. And, it was like, I'm going to do them now. This is my forever home. The homes that I lived in Amsterdam and London were always transitional homes. I knew I was never going to be there forever. So I still put my personality in, but I didn't put those really, really special things in there, because I knew that, look, I was really going to go. So I saved. And so this home, when we created our forever home, was super special in the regard that I chose stuff that I didn't care what anyone else thought about. I wasn't building this house for anyone else. We were building it for us. I didn't care whether it was following any trends. I didn't care that, it was going to be featured in magazines or was going to be this, wow, look at this on-trend home. I really didn't care. And so I want you to have that frame of mind as well. Don't care about what anyone else thinks. Every one of your friends is going to have an opinion. Your parents will have an opinion. Everyone is going to be saying, oh, but what about this and what about that? You need to be true to you. You need to be choosing things that are, that you love, because why go to all this effort if you're just going to be following what everyone else does anyway? Make your home unique. Hi, Casey. How are you? Thanks for joining in. And if at the moment you're not building or renovating, choose pieces in your home then that really make you smile, that you really love, and that you're going to be able to move to another home. So I started collecting furniture. I started collecting things, when I was overseas, and really good quality pieces that have travelled with me through all the countries I've been to, and they are now back in Australia, which is now where we are permanently located. And I still got those pieces. So, choose stuff that you love and stop worrying about what all your friends think about. This is your home. This is your opportunity to make something that you are really passionate about. And as you can tell, I'm really passionate about the difference between a forever home and a home you're going to flip. When you're going to flip it, your emotional buy-in is totally different. You don't care as much. It's like, well, we're not going to be here long, or someone else is going to have this, and I need to make it more to everyone else's liking. And that is why forever home is so different. So be smart about your choices. And if you're not doing that at the moment, choose pieces and surround yourself with things that you love. So that's my morning rant. I think that's my morning passion speech, because there is such a big difference. And I really want you to stop thinking about the trends, what you're seeing in magazines. Sure, be inspired, but don't feel that you need to have a home that is straight out of a magazine and that is, reflective of, what are the latest trends, because you'll tire of them anyway, and then it's a waste of money. Go for your heart, go for what you love, and just keep thinking about the emotional buy-in. And so I'm going to leave you with that today. Forever homes are absolutely my passion. I just love seeing people go, yeah, why not? Yeah, I should be doing that. This is my home. And so it just takes a little bit of encouragement for them to say, for example, you know, I'm going to have a powder room that is so out there and so totally different to the rest of our home. And my heart just sings. I smile on the outside and on the inside because I think, yeah, you're getting it now. Just go for it. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.